to see what I can do. I was going to the hospital, trying to help people that were on the waiting list, talking to them, and doing everything I can, and it just didn't seem enough, but for me anyways. So 2 years later, this idea came to put a knapsack on my back and walk from Toronto to Ottawa to say thank you to that family. Because what I wanted to do was really let everybody know what an incredible decision that was that family made. The spirit of that decision. I wanted to promote the spirit of that decision. So I did that. I walked from Toronto to Ottawa with a knapsack on my back of about $200. And when I reached Ottawa, I made a wish in the eternal flame and wished that somehow we can increase our dismal rate to a higher rate of organ transplantations. And what came to me during that walk was, well, why not walk right across the country, you know, and maybe try and capture the same spirit that Terry Fox and other great people such as Terry captured and made a big impact on the country. I mean, if that could be done, if we could make this big impact, that would certainly help get the word out to people about the importance and benefits of organ donations. And as a result, we probably would be giving those people on the waiting list more of a chance, a fighting chance to survive. So that's how the step-by-step Organ Transplant Association came about, and that's how the Canada 500-Day Walk came about. And you know, it took a lot of work to get this thing off the ground. As anybody can appreciate, putting an organization together isn't any easy task. So from the ground up, we started to build up the all the logistics, mission plans, and all that kind of good stuff. And our mission came out to be that, well, what we wanted to do was increase the rate of organ and tissue donations in our country. And we wanted to do that by doing a walk across Canada that was going to go into 500 cities and towns, and that was going to help promote a very positive spirit to each Canadian from coast to coast, so that we would try our best to let every Canadian know about the importance and benefits, and leave people with a good feeling when it came to their thinking about organ and tissue donations. So that was the first part of our mission statement. And the second part was, we knew that one of the reasons that we have a big shortage is because our 3 levels of government, well, 2 levels actually, because I've had some tremendous response from the municipalities. Our 2 levels of government have been very reluctant in taking the necessary steps in addressing this issue. And so before I took on the Canada walk, I walked for 96 days, I walked about 2,500 kilometers around the province of Ontario in 1999. And what I was doing at that point was I went through 50 cities and towns, and I was getting lots of media coverage, and I was asking Premier Harris to, you know, please help out here. We need the province to do something about this. You know, there's a lot of people in Ontario that are passing away on the waiting list, and there's a lot of organs that could be donated and aren't getting donated. You know, we need the province's help in this. You know, please help. And I was screaming this at every town and city, and sometimes that's what you have to do. You know. And in September, Premier Harris called me up and said that he was following what I was doing, and he captured all the stories, and he heard the pleas, and he said he got inspired by what I did, and wanted to acknowledge what I did in his throne speech that October. And more importantly, he created the Premier's Advisory Board on Organ and Tissue Donations, which named Don Cherry as the honorary chair. And that was a good choice because we needed a loudmouth in this kind of situation. So, you know, then what began was after that began the Canada 500-day walk, which we had our kickoff in June 20th in Toronto. And what we wanted to do was to try and get the attention of each province as we were going from province to province, of each premier, of each health minister, and get their attention, get as many MPPs and MPs on board and MLAs on board to know what's going on with this situation, and to do everything they can to bring it to their prospective parties and governments, and ultimately to get the federal government involved. So I think we've been very successful in doing that. We've gotten Premier Harris's attention, and he's presently put the Premier's Advisory Board and taken some positive steps there. We were in Winnipeg about a month ago, and we got the Premier's attention over there, and they're presently looking at addressing this situation more seriously. And recently we were in Regina, and we did our press conference at the Legislative Building, and we had the Health Minister attend, the Honourable Health Minister John Nielsen, and he was very impressed, and he told me that they are going to do everything they can to address this issue in the province of Saskatchewan. So we have things set up in Alberta with the Premier's office over there, and we're setting things up in BC, and I'm not going to stop in Victoria because at that point we're going to plan a ride with the military, hopefully, where we're taking the steps to do that, and make 2 stopovers, one in Rome, where we're going to hope to secure an audience with the Pope, so we can get the Pope to come out and proclaim his support for organ and tissue donations, and then stop in England to meet with the Queen so that she can come out and proclaim her support on behalf of the monarchy for organ and tissue donations, and then we're going to get dropped off at St. John's, Newfoundland. And from there, we're going to try and get Newfoundland's Premier on board, Nova Scotia, PEI, Quebec, and then we'll end up back in Toronto on January the 16th, 2002. So we got a plan. And how much time do I got? Okay, thank you. I want to take a few minutes now to sort of let you know what we're addressing with the governments. At present, we have a system where we're encouraging people to really think about becoming organ donors and to sign their card and to express this wish with their family. Because what happens is the family at the hospital is approached for the final decision. And usually an organ is available after a tragedy. So the family is getting approached with a very small window of time, and they're getting approached at a time of shock and grief, and it's a bad time. I've talked to hundreds of families so far that have approached me during and afterwards and have expressed their regret in having the opportunity to donate the organs and didn't because of the timing was bad. Because they would have if it was done, if they were asked afterwards or before. So our question is, and our question to the public is, should we be approaching the family to make the most important decision during a weak state of mind? Why should we not be having our decisions legalized and have our wish carried out and have it legal binding as precious as we would think of our wills? And know that each person will have their wish carried out, because we have to look at the individual's part too.